It's Tony. This did update, did it? Just to make sure. Give me a second though, I gotta go check on something. Dogs under my room because they're whiny and lonely. Oh, I got Okay. No, let's get actually playing. Okay, so this is the Steel Samurai case, I think. We saw like a little bit of it. October 14th, 5:31 p.m. Right in Co-Law offices. Sunny? Stop. That rock. See you in hell, evil majesty. Oh, stop waving that broom around. Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Of course I'm here. What's that surreal show you were watching? What, Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. Young? Like, how young? 10 years old? What the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey, I'm only 17. That's 17. See? I'm a teen, not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. Then watch it with me. It's really cool, and it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was number one. I really worry about kids these days. Gramps. Well, the Steel Samurai's over. Guess it's time to close up the office, I guess. Wish we had some clients. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time, but no one paid any attention to the Right and Co law offices. How am I going to pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. October 16, 8:14 a.m. Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Bring, bring. Wait, I should pull up my actual stream manager. And also the stream itself, so I don't know if it's so I know if it's horrendously lagging. Hello, this is Phoenix. Nick! Maya, what? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai got arrested. Huh? You mean that guy? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain. Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on TV. No, I mean he actually did it in real life. He skewered the villain with a samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office, quick. Please, Nick. October 16th, 9:22 a.m. Right and Co law offices. Nice here watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested today. Powers plays the lead role in the popular kids show The Steel Samurai, Warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. The samurai spear was also stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. This has to be a joke. Oh no, it's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over, the world's over. Ring! Ring! Beep. Yes, right in Cola offices? What? Nick! It's the Steel Samurai.
What?
Yes, of course, we'll be right there. Let's go, Nick. Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So what? So, I've decided this will be our first case. This stream's actually running smooth. Relatively. I don't know how much of that's just my tablet being bad. What should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to get down to the detention center and meet the Steel Samurai. Does she want to investigate this case or just do some sightseeing? I wonder. My money's on sightseeing. You don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it. You don't have a clue what happened. No, we just don't have enough information. What about this? You like showing that off, don't you? Borgica. Let's go to the detention center. Jesus Christ, that's a big dude. Huh? What's wrong, Maya? It's him in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client, that's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but he definitely did it. Murder. At least once, maybe twice. Whoa. What are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No. It's getting off to a great start. I know. You're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? No. Oh, no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know. I didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh. I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they think of the Steel Samurai now. Nick, what? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah? He didn't do it. Maybe you could start by telling us what happened. Yes, of course. It seems like it was only yesterday, actually. It was only yesterday. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 that morning. There was rehearsal scheduled for 5 in the afternoon, but when 5 came around and the staff gathered at the studio, the Evil Magistrate was found lying in a crumpled heap near the set. They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead. He had been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. Samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that the Steel Samurai used as a weapon. Maybe you could explain to me what the Steel Samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologize for my partner. He's new to this and a bit out of touch with the world. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of Neo-Old Tokyo fighting battle after battle against the Evil Magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the Evil Magistrate, although I guess he did defeat him this time. I see. Neo-Old Tokyo with these names. Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studio at 9. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. I was sleeping the entire afternoon to murder some action hero. What the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right, Global Studios. I'll draw you a map. Whoa, Nick, let's go. $10, she asks for autographs. October 16th, Global Studios main gate. Wow, so this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome, aren't you excited? Hey, you there. You want in? You gotta go through me. Oh, sorry. We're lawyers. Oh yeah, well that's great. I'm security, and it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident, came to snoop around. Use today, something horrible happens and all. Wasting time, you don't do it's like life of easy, it's not just no, I had from clothes. What are you doing in the sun? Oh, okay. Nick, will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I don't know. It's possible. Hey, listen when you're being spoken to, youths today. So, what do you do here at the studios? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... Oh, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Wow. This place has really gone downhill, you know. But 10 years ago now, that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star back then, too, he was. Hammer? The victim. The victim, dummy. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Your old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought Steel Samurai was his big chance. One thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. What kind of person was Jack Hammer? What kind of person? Oh, if you only knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. I've heard about that. But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Reason for suspicion? Why are you so certain that Mr. Powers is the killer? I was standing right here yesterday, I was here from 1 in the afternoon to 5 when they found the body. Now the studio where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place, and that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him, but Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool, but he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request. Maybe I'll just let you in. This lady here thinks she owns this place, obviously. I doubt she cares to see this. What's that? You giving that to me? Absolutely not. Okay, alright, wrong place. Hello, how was the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. So now we need to talk to him about getting... Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What? No, I'd never do that. Earlier you said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. The security lady says she saw you that day. She says she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? That's not possible. He was sleepwalking, wasn't he? I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business and I need every advantage I can get. I know, I'm sorry. But I swear to you on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me? Did you see it? You don't seem to be lying. Calling it he sleepwalks. About the security guard at the main gate to the studio. Oh, the security lady? She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking. Yes, actually, she said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask, were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the big wigs at the studio. We'll let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you. Gosh, she's got some nerve. You think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. Powers request added to the court record. I just hope this will get me past that security lady. There's not really anything, it's just gonna be the, small camera, yep, okay. So, no wait. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers. Yes, I recognize the bold childish scrawl. Powers' request given to the security lady. Do you think you would entrust his fate to use of such unreliable appearance? Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass. Only left from here, toward the studios. No going to the right, that's the employer. No one allowed inside, pal. On my instructions. The detective told me himself. Hey, Nick. Huh? There were maps in the security guard station. So, we're here. We're supposed to go this way, where the crime was, which is one of these two studios. He doesn't want us going here. We probably will go here. Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents a piece, thank you. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents! Tiny map of Global City. Studio 1 entrance. Hey! Aren't you the murderer from the other day? It's that confused detective. Hey, pal, you know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. So? Hey, if he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. You're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart. Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Well, we're on this case too, pal. Hey, you can't just go around saying pal like that. That's my endearing character. God, this game's writing is amazing. I'd say he's a character, alright. How's your investigation going, detective? Well, hey, I can't tell you that, pal. Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions. Right, so, detective, mind if I take a look at what you got? What I got? The autopsy report, the latest version, if you please. Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal. Gumshoe does not have a brain. Okay, time of death 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. Cause pierced through the chest by a spear. Well, that's a pretty solid cause of death. Why was Mr. Powers arrested? Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. And the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 p.m. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 p.m. Only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30. And that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate. Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence. Thanks for cheering me up. About the security lady. Oh, that sweet old lady. What a charm. Are we talking about the same person? When I showed him my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee. Remember what Powers said, she's a sucker for authority. He even gave me a piece of valuable evidence. What? What kind of evidence? Well, that or photo. The photo of the Steel Samurai heading towards the scene of the crime. Oh, he was in costume, so they just said it was Powers, even though anybody could have been wearing the costume. What? Who took that? See the camera up on that gate, pal? The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign? Yeah. If someone walks by, that camera automatically snaps a photo of them. Oh no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished. Funny, for someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy. We'd like to ask the employees here some questions. Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found. But someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go. We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out. So he was in costume when they saw. Hey, there's a camera here. That's a security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the data and you can see who went where. There's a number plate on the camera. There's a number plate on the camera. STI 307. That's the camera ID number. There's a big welcome sign above the path. Yeah, apparently the studio's fallen on tough times. They've started letting people in on days they aren't filming. They make a bit extra money by charging for admission. Huh? You sure know a lot about this place, detective? You know, you could always quit being a detective and work here. Yeah, and what perfect timing with the studio mascot down for the count. Okay. Well, just what's that supposed to mean, pal? Studio mascot, I guess it's a monkey of some kind. But what kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1, left to Studio 2. What's up with that thing? It looks kinda busted. Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took that tree down with it too. Detective Gumshoe, what's down the path on the left? Looks like a tree fell down over the path. Oh, yeah, that way's kinda dangerous. You should stay out, pal. There's nothing down there anyway. That's where Studio 2 used to be, they tell me. They don't use it now, though. Okay. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked. Looks like you need a card key to get in. Makes sense they would want to keep the non-employees out. Anything else to check? That bench? Oh, Bush, maybe I'll take a short rest here. Hey, good idea, pal. Detective, aren't you on the case? Well, yeah, but hey, us detectives get tired of standing around too, pal. We've got enough time to look at every trinket you got, pal. Okay. I don't have anything else to talk to him about. Move. Studio main gate. Nick, look! That security lady is in the guard station stuffing her face with donuts. I guess I'll call it's like donuts. Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need the teeth to chew them. Hey, you. Well, are you satisfied Powers is guilty yet? Here. I had to make my life harder by giving that photo to that dumb show. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, man? Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here's the gate where, with the camera that took the photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see. This guard station is in a central position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1. The murder happened right around 2:30. See? The only one I seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him, too. If he's not the one who did it, I don't know who is. Maybe it was you? Yeah, good one, Sonny. She thinks I was joking. Okay. So here's my guess. I'm going to... No. Oh, wait. I meant to check it. My guess is Powers was sleeping here, sleepwalked up into Studio 2, or fell asleep on that bench. Somebody got in the Steel Samurai costume and walked over and did it. Because they said when we were looking at the photo that it was the Steel Samurai. But she's saying Mr. Powers was the one she saw. So I'm guessing he sleepwalked past the main gate. Somebody else took the Steel Samurai costume from one of the studios. Or well, actually probably took it from an employee area. Wait, when would the picture have been taken? I don't know. I definitely think that one of the twists is going to be either that he was sleepwalking or that it wasn't actually Powers they saw, or it was actually the Steel Samurai costume and anybody could have been in the costume. Okay. Was the victim Mr. Hammer, a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. Was past tense. Oh yes, he was great as the bearded samurai. That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate, it's a disgrace, I tell you. What does old bag have against villains? Villains are the best part of so many games. Hammer took it pretty hard. Hammer took it pretty bad, and who can blame him? Automatic. About the security camera. Oh yes, the camera. It's automatic, it can tell when someone walks through the gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently it records the time when it takes a picture too, but I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photos on my computer over in the security guard station. So the picture of the Steel Samurai is from when he went to the shoot. Probably. And then he sleepwalked over and fell asleep on a gate. On the bench at the gate. Actually, he wouldn't have gone past the... He couldn't have gone past the gate. So did he just, like, walk out here and just fall asleep straight here? And just get up and finish the walk? Wouldn't surprise me. I check them every day before going home, I do. Employee area. Let's trespass. October 16th, Global Studios employee area. Nick! This is where they do all the behind the scenes stuff. Hey, look, there's Powers' dressing room. Once here, soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Okay, let's examine. Can we get a drink? Let's see, cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh, it's so normal. I was expecting some cool theme snacks or something. Popcorn, at least. Wait, look, samurai soda. Nick, try this. Ladies first. It's just rat poison. The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. They found the body at 5. Lunch is not what they... Lunch is... Why would they be cleaning up? They would have cleaned up lunch already, I thought. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. T-bone steak? That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. What? That must be the storage room. That's where they keep all the film equipment. Wow, Nick, you know a lot about the industry. What else would they keep in a film studio? Climb to the vents. There's a sign with the dressing room door. Will Powers. It must be neat to be the star and have your own room like this. A window into the dressing room. The glass is frosted so I can't see inside. Door to the dressing room. It's not locked. Hey, Nick, let's take a look inside. Maybe we can find something as a souvenir. What do you mean, find? You never know. There might be something like the samurai spear. We don't need a spear. That's the murder weapon, for crying out loud. I imagine we are supposed to move inside the dressing room. October 16th, Global Studios dressing room. Howard's dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping? Or at least this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right, and there's the picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth for his sake. It's locked. Looks like he doesn't open his windows much. I guess it is kind of dusty outside. Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday. There's some regular suits in among the costumes here. These must be his own clothes. It'd be fun to wear one of the costumes. I'd say you were already wearing one myself. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. See, my hair is still nice and spiky, just how I like it. There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Ooh, this is the wig he uses in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Nick, try this on. No, and how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? I kinda like samurai movies. Kinda. What's in the bag? This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Look, an employee card key. That must be Powers. It says Studio One. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it? You mean borrow. I wonder what else is inside Powers' bag. Stop that, my partner, the thief in training. There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to employees. Some tea and cookies. Nick, I'm hungry. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I had a separate stomach for sweets. How many stomachs does this girl have? Wait, did I examine these drawers? There's nothing in them. Okay. Move to the employee area. Probably just move to my main gate. Anything to talk to Oldbag about? No. Anything to talk to... Is there anything new to talk to Gumshoe about? Oh wait, I can examine the door now and go through. The entrance to Studio One. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will beep. It opened. Alright, we're in. Just way too happy for someone visiting the crime scene. Gumshoe doesn't have anything to say about us going into areas we should not have access to. How much you want to bet Gumshoe didn't even have a card key? He was just standing there, waiting for someone to give him one. October 16th, Studio One. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here. The Steel Samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. They outlined where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected the spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must absorb most of it. What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. What? What? Where's all your enthusiasm for all things entertainment? Well, lighting is fine, but I'd want to be the director, and maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. And look, a megaphone. A real live megaphone. Ready, Nick? Action! This girl's more trouble than I thought. Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on the narrow-minded cultural Right, sorry, this girl is out there. Yes, step ladders are a social construct. Just this bundle of cords. Wow, look at that camera. It must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Hey, you, no touching that. I'm sorry, my partner's kind of, You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? Who? Me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP. Oh, Will Powers. WP, I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit. But do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, see. Only one assistant? Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now, and yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. The old bag PogChamp in the background. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there, along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Power's dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. One of those lines was not. That was a Phoenix line, I read it as Benny. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. I saw WP go into his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of a girl do you think I am? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Oh, I'm sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. Even if they even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Huh. That's what I'm talking about. A clue, a lead. Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe. Some other studios employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene to run through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks, that helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. So you sensed that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony. Nick, what about that security lady? If someone else came into the studio, then she must have seen them. Gumshoe and on the mosaic. Gumshoe looks confused at all times. Which he probably is. October 16th, Global Studios, main gate. Okay, apparently they've stopped giving us times. What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. Talk. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30? Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? You absolutely sure you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Eek. Alright, you better tell me. And tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio One. Her, she's not even a full-time employee. All you youngins are like that nowadays, running your mouths like there was no tomorrow, saying that the other... Well, it's freaking out. My dogs are looking at me like I'm insane. Probably because I am. She left. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Oh, we can go check on the photo. Computer that runs the studio security cameras. Maybe we can see that photo of Powers' computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Try it. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. It was, oh god, 307? There, entered. Hey, it's printed. It printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. That's the Steel Samurai costume, just as I expected. Huh? How's that a picture of what? How's that a picture? How is that a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day? Nope, that's the only one left on the computer. So, hey, Nick. Can't we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. Put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said anyway. Let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke, so are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. I don't think Old Bag is the killer. I think she's just stupid. Okay. This tea is doing work for my throat because god, that Old Bag voice kind of hurts to do. But it is still something I enjoy doing. It just hurts. October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh, Edgeworth's prosecution again? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio One, Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during this trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios. See, this here is the employee area. The actors did a run. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. Security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? Skip it? Yeah, I think I can probably remember that. The murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear, edit the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question, and that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their name. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. Just call me Grandma. In fact, when I was young, I was Oldbag. Still make my name. There's a boy that just thought he called me on an Oldbag. Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objections sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. And we're just getting to the good part here. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. Let me begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Alright, how much will she lie through her teeth? The day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through since morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30, right? Interesting to me because there's a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. So, I think the thing she's lying about is that... Press this statement. So you saw Mr. Powers? That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, sonny? I think this is your chance. You got time to point the secret weapon. Say it again, it was him. This photo shows the steel samurai. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Mr. Witness. He's having trouble calling her old back, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your position ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? This is a murder trial. You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me, this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof, then. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Through the accident. Who was present at the run-through? Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the Steel Samurai, then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate, and me. What exactly were you doing? Observing, just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. She didn't see the run-through then. I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall? Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai, what a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Well, let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her, she was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. Prop did he break? He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear, the murder weapon? Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. It strikes me as a significant. Yeah, I'd better write this down. Break in the shaft has been mentioned with duct tape. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Any information between that? Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch, thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. I think we've heard enough, haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me, which is, where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure, Your Honor? We'll wait and see where this goes. I suppose since there weren't any additional proof, it's quite likely that it was the defendant inside that costume. I see no problem with this evidence. Most receptive. It still doesn't seem that convincing. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Mrs. Account continued. Time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. This is when we present. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. So this is when we pressed her about that photo being labeled number 2. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious. Right. Press these statements to see if any of them. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then, and I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? The witnesses answered this question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Old windbags, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. For that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. And for you to look forward to, perhaps? How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal. Told me everything. See, Detective Gumshoe shows his fellow's office fondness for donuts. I'm gonna guess it's actually this one. Oh wait, guide map wouldn't do anything. That's not gonna do anything. This ain't gonna do anything. Autopsy report. Pierced to the chest by a spear. 10:15 at 2:30. She said that. So the only thing I can present is the photo because it says number 2. There was number 1 that she removed. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture? And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right, anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed words, October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Yeah? Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Oh, well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help! Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper, too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Miss Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai. Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Ooh, let this person into a courtroom. I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one more important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. I'm definitely gonna press everything. Another job. That's right. I check all the people that pass by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes. Do you back up all of the security camera data? Well, they keep telling me to, yes, but those computers are just so frustrating. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, see? How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part. For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious-looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Come to think of it, I remember going on one photo that day. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. A fanboy? You're samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the gates so no one could get in. Those were the words you used. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. Did he vet like in Among Us? The grate has been loose for a while. It's outside and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids? So on that photo you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. So is the murderer like a 7th grader? Order. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh, yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai seat. They're impossible. I think it's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay him that much mind. That's why I erased the data. Oh, Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mr. Powers. Yes? Tell me straight, were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio, I was sleeping, honest. So who was Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? Steel Samurai's costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? Doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick, what are you going to do? First, we play for more time. Start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right, and it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. Not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for the verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. So wait, do we say the boy? Or... Let us hear who you have in mind, however. Be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. Well, you're doing it right now. You accuse someone who's obviously innocent, then you will be penalized. Right, great, as if the stakes weren't high enough. Penny wasn't there during the actual crime. Old Bag was at her station the whole time. The grade school boy, however. I'm guessing that the autopsy report is not correct entirely. Or he, like, dropped it. I don't know. I'm going to guess the grade school boy, even though it was the grade school boy. Why isn't anyone saying anything? You seriously suggesting the boy did it, Mr. Wright? Grade school boy kills veteran action star with spear. For one thing, the murder weapon was the steel samurai. Would you care to explain just how the boy would have obtained it from him? Maybe. But absolutely, Nick. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid to penalize you as I warned. That's the truth I've seen. Was it the assist? Old Bag? Was it the assistant girl or the security lady? I'm going to get all. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady Oldbag. What? Whippersnapper. Order. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was all by herself. In other words, she has no ally. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent detective reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes too, baby. Huh? That's odd. That's the part where Edgeworth can you usually jump with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Itchy boy, don't just sit there. Do something. That's my move. Maybe now's my chance to take this full way. I don't think Oldbag actually did it. Because she just seems incompetent, not malicious. Well, actually malicious, but not in a murder way. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. Did it now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I raised. He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? The boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Oops. Oh, or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day? I have proof. Proof? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed the murder? Card key. He didn't have a card key. He couldn't get into Studio 1. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Oh, will the witness care to comment on this? Windbag's speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor, sir. Then the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking. What is she gonna do? Oh great, stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is all this about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not talk about? By whom? I mean, it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't seen anything, hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court? Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. Who? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer, for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director? The director was in the employee area all morning during the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that. Where? Oh, in Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? Studio 2. Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. After the monkey's head is swollen over. Very well, Mr. Wright. Would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but... I'm gonna take a break. Because I think that just says it all, but I don't have, like, a thing to object to. Clearly the thing... Clearly the director and producer could have just walked from Studio 2 to Studio 1 without passing the gate. Your Honor, we have learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people who we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Aw, really, it's nothing. Oh, or should I? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about the director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. Now's my chance to get material for their cross-examination. So Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone has to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks guys. Yeah. Okay, save your progress up to this point. Okay. Wait, I did save, right? Okay. October 18th, Raincoal offices. This is the same day? Oh, what a day. This is no time for relaxing, Nick. So you think WP's got a chance? I guess that really depends on the people we found out about in today's trial, the director and producer. Actually, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Okay. The director and producer? Yeah, them. Wait, well, what are we gonna do here then? Let's get to the studios. What do you think we should do? What do I do? Why don't we do what you just said? We gotta get the scoop on this director and producer. Alright. And there's no point. That's what I've been saying. Let's get to the studio just pronto. Any ideas? We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Is that the same thing you said yesterday? Just admit it, you don't have a clue what happened. There's not enough information. Okay. Is Oldbag gonna stop us? No one's here. Right, now that they have Miss Oldbag in custody, I guess they don't have anyone else to replace her. Hey, in the gas station, look, she left her donuts. What? I wasn't going to eat them. Actually, I haven't examined much around here. The main entrance to the studios, they probably have a police officer on patrol out there. An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area. Left is the actual film studios. Looks like it's a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. I like these very real bird sounds. Security guard station. Miss Oldbag must like junk food. There's a mountain of it on the desk in here. So, we need to go to Studio 2. October 18th, Studio 1 entrance. Hey Nick, it looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. You're right. He's probably up to his neck in paperwork after the commotion at today's trial. So Nick, remember that Studio 2 we heard about the trial today? It was down that path with the fallen tree, right? Yeah, I think it's what they said. Maybe the director and the rest of them are there today. Now's our chance, Nick. Let's go check it out. I don't really want to be in here. Yeah, it is a murder scene. I'm gonna go someplace else, Nick. I misclicked. So yeah, let's go to Studio 2. October 18th, Studio 2 entrance. This is Studio 2? I thought so. It doesn't really look much like a studio, does it? No, that it's not. Hey, there's a trailer over there. Looks pretty sturdy for a movie set trailer. Are we sure this is a studio? I mean, they did say it was a band. Wait. That's very... There's some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Oh, you know what I bet it is? He was probably impaled by the fence. And then they moved his body to Studio 1. That's why there's no blood at the studio. They they actually cleaned up all the blood over here because nobody would go over here, so they had time to do that. Then they moved the body to Studio 1. They made it look like the spear was did it, and they framed powers for it. That's what's gonna happen. These look like materials for making a movie set. They've been sitting here for quite some time. This might as well be a junkyard. I'm going to examine everything I can. A light van for moving staff and equipment around. They've kept in pretty good shape. Looks like it'd run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. Nick, you don't have a driver's license? But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? I can keep myself from getting sued for driving illegally. Except definitely not. An incinerator. Apparently they just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. They must not clean it much. Did they incinerate? Or no, wait, they couldn't have incinerated the body. They probably burnt something. Looks like 2 people ate here. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate steaks too? What is it with you and steaks around here? Well, there's always room for steak, but something doesn't seem out of place. What? I don't know. It's just, it feels odd. Slide with left bumper. Those are inspecting. This trailer looks like it's been here for a while. I think this is part of some temporary film set. Nothing else to inspect? No. Okay. There's a big 2 painted here. Probably because it's Studio 2. Probably, though it doesn't look anything like a studio. We already heard it was abandoned, guys. So I'm guessing this is the actual murder weapon? The Steel Samurai Spear isn't the murder weapon. They got impaled on this. They cleaned that up. And then they set it up like that. Nick, let's go inside. And we already know that the bigwigs demoted Powers to a much smaller role than he originally had, so they probably don't like him very much. You think it's okay? No. Oh, well, it's locked. Aw, shucks. Now where do I move? Probably outside Studio 1. Move to Studio main gate. Move to... We go to employee area. Employee... Look, it's that assistant girl. Hey! Hi, WP's lawyers, right? I heard about the trial. Great job, guys. Oh, don't mention it. Is it true they caught the security lady? Oh. Actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You mean that one? She covered it with card. Oh, what a mess. I know. I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Yeah, but you do work on the props and the backdrops, right? Right, just lots of times they end up looking worse than they did before I fixed them. Oh, well, I'm sure these things happen. Nothing to worry yourself about. You're right, I won't. Personally, I think she should worry at least a little bit more. If you'll excuse me, I have to go to the car station. I'm supposed to fill in for Miss Oldbag. Right, see you later then. Good luck with your investigation. I didn't realize I could look at all this. So the fanboy they were talking about in the trial today, he came in through that drain? So it seems. I guess they covered it up in a hurry. Hey Nick. If that drain's covered, the boy won't be able to get in. Yeah, I think that was the idea. I feel kind of sorry for him, though, don't you? What, you want to rip the grate off? Really, Nick? We can? Whoa, she's serious. Uh-oh. Leave it be. No, I think we should leave it on. They only just repaired it. If we take it off, the assistant will get yelled at by you-know-who. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I didn't expect her to take it that hard. The grate they used to cover the drain, it's a little bent. I don't think it would fit if I tried to put it back on. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? It makes it a lot easier to go up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably near old Tokyo Castle. Remains of the other day's lunch are scattered around. Everyone's probably too. Okay, this is it. Let's just talking about my second stomach again. Bar that there's a difference. Definitely not these. Okay, this seems pretty normal. I'm guessing we go back to the gate and talk to Penny. Wait, was that her name? Oh, wait, we can't. Detention center? October 18th, detention center, visitor's room. Oh, Mr. Wright, thank you for earlier. Not at all, we got lucky to tell the truth. You can say that again. Let's not. So, WP, do you have any leads that might get us going in the right direction? Sorry, but no. Be sure to tell us anything that comes to mind, no matter how small. Can't rely on getting lucky again tomorrow. Yes. Does he know do a fanboy sneak into the studio often? No, not that I know of. That security lady's pretty strict with them. But in today's testimony, didn't she say they were often hanging around? The kids really, really love the Steel Samurai. They sneak past when she's not looking, I guess. Was the director present at the morning run-through? Yes, he was. He was directing how the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrates move. Why didn't you tell us that before? Well, just the studio asked us to keep quiet. That has nothing to do with us. I hate to repeat myself, but Nick here is the newbie lawyer, fresh off the bar. When he loses, he's going to lose big. I see. Whose side is she on? You aren't hiding anything else from us, are you? No, I sure hope not. Oh my god, his name is Jackhammer. That's the victim's name. Do I move to the... Okay, this is the same. They outlined where Jackhammer's body lay with Tate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate. I guess that's why the head part looks like... The spear's diving will leave at least. Okay. Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in this. Of course, that's the mountain, Yofujima. Why does the Steel Samurai take place in Old Tokyo? Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not Old Tokyo. Neo Old Tokyo. I believe that would just be called Tokyo. Leave those two things cancel out. I examined everything here, so I think... Where do I go? Do I go to... Do I go to the offices? Is there something here to do? The computer that runs the studio security... Oh, it looks like it's been turned off for the day. So they turned it off. Move. Okay. Studio mascot. Apparently it's a monkey or something. With a nose like that before we have to put it aside. Maybe we should ask this. I'm not sure we really want her. And you probably need to train to move that thing. Probably so. The trial, they said Studio 2 was down this path. The monkey head is in the way. We should be able to get by it without... Monkey's head is really heavy. Well, it did knock that tree over when it fell. Both of these. The monkey head and the tree fell over the day of the murder, didn't they? Yeah, that's what Detective Gumshoe said. I'm Bush. Maybe I'll sit down here for a bit. This is actually, I don't want to get old ever. Hey, I'm still young. I'm just tired. Nick, when you start having to stay, I'm still young. You know it's all over. But I am still young. The security camera there. Okay, one of them was Steel Samurai, the other seem to be switched on today. Okay. there anything special about the welcome sign today? It says welcome, the people. Right. Sure, with the security lady. Move. Or wait, that's not where I wanted to go. Local man, this input's on 8 Is there something I didn't see here? Is there something about this door? Move to... Maybe there's something from the main gate I need to see. Go to employee area. Examine. I know the glass faucet, so I can't see inside. Most of the stuff seems to be the... Okay. So I'm going to guess I need to rip this thing off, because I don't have anything else to do. You've had drinks. Okay, rip it open. The boy will climb straight through immediately. Yeah, there, that should make the kids happy, the things we do. Drain grate is off, and I know who did it. Now the kids will be able to come in today. Again, doesn't it make you feel great to do a good deed like that? Must be nice to live so free of guilt. Now do I move to the gate? Oh, hello. Oh, you look a little out of place. It's the clothes, isn't it? I thought my camo vest might do the trick, but kind of an alternative guard fashion thing. So how are the studios doing? There's police wandering around everywhere. It's terrible. They won't even let me clean up. Don't want any disturbing evidence. We haven't even cleaned up our lunch plates from the day of the murder. You mean those plates with the steak bones left over on them in the employee area? Yeah, can you believe it? Do kids sneak in here a lot? Well, I don't think there's that many of them, but I do see one in particular a bunch. He's always gawking at the sets or snapping pictures. You should see old Windbag's eyes flash when she sees him. She has a bit of trouble catching him, though. I heard something at the trial today. They said that the director and producer were here at the day of the murder. Oh, sorry, I was in the prop storage room, so I didn't see them. I guess they were here, though. The studio head seems pretty eager to keep us quiet. So they were trying to protect the director. Or the producer, really. The producer's our real star here. She saved these studios from the brink of disaster and kept them running. I don't think we'd still be in business if it weren't for that producer. The producer, huh? Now where do I go? Not here. Do I go to Outside Studio 1 now? Do I now go to Outside Studio 2? Oh, October 18th, Studio 2 entrance. This place is deserted. Trash. Eek! Nick! What was that noise? Sounded like it came from inside the trailer. Someone must be inside. Hello? No answer. Pretty suspicious if you ask me, Nick. Let's go in. I'm not sure we should be pushing in, huh? Locked. What? Don't we have a key? No, but there's probably one in the guard station at the main gate. Then what are we doing? They'll let us. Move to the gate. Something's happening in there. Security guard station. I can see the computer that runs the security. Oh, please don't touch anything in there. Security overnight. So I'm ready next time. Well, where do we go if we can't get the key? Talk about? No, I'll talk about something more to be seen. Something in here that I haven't. Move to the employee area? Is the kid here? do I go? Yeah, so don't touch it. Okay, and I make sure I have every single thing. Investigate. Director's chair, I'm on facilities. So interact with everything here, it seems. Move to main gate. Present. This is the director, oh, sorry. So I'm gonna guess we move to the... Or wait, this... Why did I move to the employee area? I meant to move to the... right control offices? Detention center? I am lost. Sent you something? I'm not really sure what that is, sorry. Wow, they gave a lawyer one of the key cards, well I'm sort of borrowing it. I see. You better be careful not to lose that. They're very strict about those card keys here. I guess I'm pretty good about keeping up. Thanks, I'll be careful. Let's go look at this. That's Mr. Powers. Why is he dragging his leg like that? What is this anyways? You didn't know about the photo or the injury that morning. Never mind. I'm not really sure what that is. That is the map before you work. So you work with about the murder weapon. You mean the samurai spear? Yeah, it's a prop, but it's still pretty heavy. I hate having to carry that thing around. You have to be pretty strong to use that as a weapon, it sounds like. Why is Mr. Powers the only one I can think of? I don't know what I need to do. Let's present all of the evidence we have. Excuse me, thank you for showing me that whatever it is. I wish I could think of some way I could help you. Sorry. Card key. We found this card key in your dressing room. Oh, that's mine, yes. Can people outside the studio get these cards? I don't think so. Even I have to return the card. Once the show's done filming, that is. Regarding this photograph, yes? This really, truly, absolutely isn't you, right? Right. I was sleeping in my dressing room the whole time, on it. But who could have worn it? Your costume was in your dressing room? Yes, I guess they snuck in and took it while I was asleep. So I'm guessing the boy, like you can see it if you look at the photograph. The boy snuck in. You can see he's like this because it's way too big for him. The boy walked the costume over somewhere, and that's how it ended up where it was. Guide map, excuse me, thank you for showing me that. Regarding the murder weapon. Yes, it is heavy. That spear? It's pretty hefty, yeah? I don't think the average person would be able to swing it around effectively. And that's the spear that broke something during the morning run through. Oh yes, I goofed on around, you can see. Broke the spear. The security lady fixed it for me right away though. With duct tape, I heard. Did that do something? I doubt Maya has anything to say. And, hey, you still have that, great. Well, we couldn't get into the scene of the murder without it, and its owner isn't missing in his detention, so poor old WP. You know what? What if this really was Mr. Powers? Yeah, it's hard to say, we don't really know anything. I seriously doubt it's that old Windbag. Mr. Powers is lying, he really doesn't seem the type, does he? So yeah, I think the kid was in that suit in the picture. Or actually, wait, the kid was in a previous picture, so I don't know who's in... Maybe the kid ran back in that... I don't know. Might have actually been the producer and Windbag was lying. I wish I had my own samurai spear. You'd be my own personal pincushion, Nick. Me? Why me? Also, this is a murder weapon. Studio main gate. Okay. Outside Studio 1. Anything I ain't examined yet? I'm in the... Wait. Do I need to look at the gate again? Entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jake Hammer's body. There's not much information to be added, but I can't figure out where to go. Outside Studio 2. Examine... Trailer door, it's locked. The key is probably in the security guard station. I doubt they let us borrow it. Kick down the door. God, this bent thing is definitely the murder weapon. Go to the main gate. I already presented everything. Okay, there's nothing I can really do here. Employee area, examine. Let's see, color candy. Okay, not too bad, it's sold out. Okay, is that literally the only thing I haven't checked so far? Yes. God. I don't think I've checked the sign. Sound little powers, it must be neat to... I have checked literally everything, and I have no clue what I'm missing. Actually, I haven't examined inside the dressing room much. Is that where I needed... What the fuck? Who are Jutooth? Oh, no. Oh, wait, you first. Who are you? You look pretty suspicious to me. Whatever, lamers. How can you not know the great Salmonella? Why is he named after a foodborne illness? I make Telit shows, the Steel Samurai Mine, RTFC. Really? You're Salmonella? You're the Salmonella? I'm so sorry. You look so... No, quite alright. Really, it's fine, Raffle. What is it? You know, on closer inspection, yeah. You can do it, cause that... Hey, you're drooling. Buffer over. You've triggered my creative powers. Yes, this is coming to me, Pink Princess. I don't. This guy makes me so uncomfortable. The sequel to the Steel Samurai Pink Princess Warrior of Little Old Tokyo. Awful amount. Pink Princess. Why's it gotta be Little Old Tokyo? Why can't I have a cool name like Neo Old Tokyo? No, we really need to talk about it. Did you notice anything unusual on the day of the murder? Oh, I know who you dudes are. The scary lady told you about us. That's right. It was a pretty regular day. We had a run-through of an action scene in the morning. We had a meeting for lunchtime in the Studio 2 trailer. I was so busy I didn't even get a chance to eat lunch. How did you make that sound with your mouth? T-bone steak, was it? Yes, suckers. I hate missing out on food. What does suck sores mean? No idea. I was in the meeting from noon till after 4 with the producer and some bigwigs from the network. Mr. Hammer's time of death was estimated. If he's telling the truth, that meeting gives him an alibi. Producer. What about the producer who was at the meeting with you? Oh, you mean Diva Skez? Mad skills all the way. Scary, though. She brought these studios back from the brink of destruction. She's the one who made it possible for me to make the Steel Samurai. You had a meeting with her on the day of the murder, right? Yeah, we were together from noon to 4 p.m. the whole time. Who exactly are these bigwigs people you keep mentioning? Oh, the boss over at the network and some sponsors, also a few production guys. They piled into a limousine and got here right around noon. Major tension. Were all of them with you the entire time? Yeah, unfortunately. They're all gray-haired geezers. It sounds like they'd all be reliable witnesses. I try not to pay much attention to things that don't interest me. You staring at me like that. Okay. This is WP, right? How do you know? Well, look, he's obviously dragging his foot. Right, the director would know about the injury. Who's there? I really hope this guy is the murderer so he can be behind bars. Okay, please stop. Anything more to say about this? Denmark tablets and Leave alone. Wolfman found on Mars. I have to buy that issue. Alright, cosmetics coming out of the wig is. Look, explain to me how you kinda. Oh, I'm kinda like Sam. Kinda. I don't think there's anything new here. Now let's go to the main gate. It's pretty. You again. How rude, acting like you've seen a ghost. You certainly got back to your post. Yes. The police took me away, they did. They pulled out a spare steel samurai costume, told me to put it on. Can you imagine? How could I, a sweet old lady, wear a giant suit like that? Mr. Powers is pretty tall. As soon as they saw there was no way I could wear it, they let me go. I guess I would rule out her being the murderer. Anyway, I know this this old lady never forgets a slight or insult. You won't get any information out of me. My lips are sealed. You sure are talking a lot for someone with sealed lips. Starting now. 1, 2, 3. This lady's too much. About that kid you said you saw. If I see him again, I'm taking him down. Nick, look at her. She's serious. About the director, the one who was here on the day of the murder. If I see him again, I'm taking him down. Nick, I think she's losing it. Feeling she's not going to respond to anything. Well, anything I don't know. Okay. She is. Security guard station. I can see the computer. Hey, no touching. Guess I'd better investigate that later. I'm going to guess that I move to outside Studio 1. And then to outside Studio 2. Nothing to do here. Okay, so I move to Studio 1 inside. No. Do I move back to talk to Sam? Or do I go to the employer? Hey! Hey, wait! But he came right in right through that drain. Hey, I'm Kideo. What's your name, sport? I'm not a kid, so don't talk to me like that. Huh? You are a kid. What a rude little brat. There's no way to talk to him. I don't see no adults here, hippie fashion chick. Hippie fashion. Nick, I think I'm being mocked. You got to hand it to Maya. She's pretty sharp and pretty mad. I'm Cody hacking. Code hacking. Call me Kideo again or I'll cut you down where you stand, evildoer. So you're a fan of the Steel Samurai? How dare you utter that name, evildoer? What do you mean? We're on the Steel Samurai's side. You can't fool me. Okay, then what's the last line said by the innkeeper in episode 8? Easy. Like some fries with that? Not bad, Kideo. Watch it. What are they doing? Say, you heard anything about the incident the other day? You were here, weren't you? Did you see anything? Always. The Steel Samurai wins always. Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything. What? But no way am I telling you losers. Wait, let me go. Wait. He's gone. Huh? Something fell off the table when he bumped into it. A bottle. Why was it sitting here? Empty bottle. He saw everything. Okay, wait. Is that kid... Huh? Where's that old windbag? Odds of her to leave for post. Hey! Nick, that was her. Stop, whippersnapper. Yeah, she sounds like she's chasing after that boy. Nick. Oh, she tripped. Maya sure looks happy. Okay, so I bet that kid... I wish I showed him the actual request from Will Powers to go, hey, I'm his lawyer. Now's our chance. Let's check the guard station. Good idea. Oh, this is it, Nick. The trailer key. The key to that trailer in Studio 2. We'll be borrowing this, right, Nick? Trailer key slipped into pocket. Move, go to outside Studio 1. Move, go to outside Studio 2. Examine. I wonder if the key we borrowed from the guard station will work. It opened. Great, let's go, Nick. She seems eager all of a sudden. Well, you first, Nick. Oh, not that eager. Move to the trailer. October 18th, Studio 2 trailer. Eek, someone's in here. Names. Names? We're WP's lawyers and I see. And who might you be? Dee Vasquez, the producer. Dee Vasquez, she's quite beautiful. I was wondering if you could tell me about the day of the murder. Miss Vasquez? Script. Excuse me? Script. I'm looking for a script. A script. The Steel Samurai, episode 13. I need it. Could we ask you a bit about the day of the murder? I need to read it. We're getting nowhere fast. We'd really like to ask you about the Steel Samurai. Miss Vasquez, it's on TV every week. That's all they have to say about that. Hey, don't get mad at me. About the director, Salmonella, was it? What exactly is this one? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. I'm looking for a script. I can't be bothered with anything else. Nick, are all people in the entertainment business this weird? It's starting to look like it. Nick, let's get out of here. Is there someone else we have to check? Wait. Yes? If you see Manila, give him this. What do we have to do your errands? I don't think I like this. Don't cry, she'll take it as a sign of weakness. Alright, we'll give it to him, we'll see. Vasquez's memo added to the court record. Examine. Looks like they were designing a set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They've got some figures for how much that cost. I can't believe they spend that much money on these sets. This is just a bunch of stuff about how much this stuff costs. I'm gonna bet that Vasquez is the murderer. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the dressing room. Gotta do this. Here, I got this from the producer. Huh? Bring me the script for episode 13. Episode 13, where did I put that one? I must have left it somewhere. Uh-oh, my ass is pwned if I don't find it. Yeah, it might be quicker to just look at all the places where he's likely to have been. Where's he likely to have been? Probably in the Studio 1. We're back at the scene of the crime. Let's find when we need to get out of here quick. Examine... Where would this be? Probably... Hey, look! That's the chair of the director. No, it's the director. Maya, take a look around the chair. Didn't he say he left it somewhere? Aha! Found it, Nick. The script. Good work. Why is it so... dirty? I don't like that. Okay. Okay, let's go into the trailer. Present the script. Here, we found it, your script. Ah, script, time to do the skiz. You're not going to talk to us? Quiet, I'm reading. Hold on, what's the big idea? Who do you think you are anyway? And hint, who do you even think who we are? Powers lawyers? Right. Am I a suspect? No, it's not that. Well, no, but you wanted to know about the day of the murder? Yes, anything you could tell us would be a big help. You know there was a meeting here at noon. Yes, with the director and the people from the network. Now listen closely. None of the people in the trailer that afternoon went to Studio One. It was impossible for us to leave. Impossible? Why? The path was blocked. The path? Wait. Do you have nothing to say for any of these? On the day of the murder, the path that leads here was blocked. You saw Mr. Monkey on the way here, correct? Mr. Monkey? The monkey with the broken head. Write that one original name. Its head fell over in the wind on the day of the murder. They didn't start moving the head out of the way until after 3. It was after 4 by the time the path was unblocked. Ish? Everyone in this trailer was stuck here until the path was cleared. Stuck in this trailer, stuck until after 4. Hammer died at 2:30. Thus, none of us could have gone to Studio One. What? It's true. A crane came just after 3 to move the head. We called some people in to clear the way. I'm sure they'd corroborate my story. But wait, what if the head fell over after 2:30? And you could have gone to Studio One. 2:30, the time of death. Very well. Come. That's Mr. Monkey when it wasn't broken and announced the time. It ooks. 1 ook per hour. Ook, ook, ook. Always with the ooking. It is a monkey after all. Check its head. The clock inside stopped when it was broke. Nick, it stopped at 2:15. 2:15? That's right. This path was blocked from 2:15 till after 4. Therefore, I'm innocent. Mr. Hammer died in Studio One at 2:30. See? Goodbye. Okay, monkey's head. What do we do, Nick? There isn't anyone besides WP who could have killed Hammer. It's over. We're finished. Sure doesn't look good. Guess we should head back to the office and find a strategy. What's gonna happen? Okay, let's see. October 18th, Wright & Co. Law Offices. Now what? We're fresh out of clues. Everyone's alibi is watertight. We don't even have any promising leads. Things are looking pretty grim. It's a little early for giving up, don't you think? Huh? You've got one lead. Mia, it's you. What took you so long? Sorry, Phoenix. Maya has trouble calling me unless she's really in trouble. Right. Oh, wait. I guess that means we're really in trouble. I'd say so. What did you mean we have one lead? The boy, of course. Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything. What? But no way am I telling you losers. I don't know, he didn't sound like he was going to help us at all. I'm sure you can find some way of bringing him over to your side. Either way, we should go back to the studios. That boy is our last hope, Phoenix. Thanks. Now I'm more worried than I was before. October 18th, Global Studios, main gate. God, my throat hurts. What's wrong? Whippersnapper! She's been chasing that boy this whole time. When I catch him, sounds like she hasn't had any luck catching him. I got a hostage now, Mr. Hatcher. What does she mean, a hostage? What happened to the boy? If I see him again, I'll lay him flat. What a violent old lady. So I'm out with the director right now. My heart doesn't feel. Is she okay? Where we go? I'd like to visit the place where poor Hammer died. Right, she was saying she wanted to visit the studio where he died. What's this? What's this about a hostage? And the boy was running away. He dropped this and ran. Come back. This one's kind of hard to understand. Phoenix, that hostage might be what we need. Who am I talking to? No, I'm catching that brat if it's the last thing we do. Phoenix, do you think you have anything you might trade? I wonder. This is what we'll trade. Stupid secrets never tell me anything. This old bag I'm borrowing is just. Okay, just be sure to give it back, huh? That's demanding when she's a big boss. What's the. Okay, this ain't the. Yeah, she's not got anything to say about that. I told you I saw. He was consistent. Okay, she's the one with the autopsy report. Who could have guessed? Card key. Hey, that's a card. Right, card key to Studio 1. I could visit poor Hammer. I'd like to visit. He died. I was his fan. Studio 1 is my turf. You'll let me borrow it? Borrow it then? If I give lend her the card key. Why don't you let her borrow it, Phoenix? I guess I can't hurt. Here you go. Timmy, Sonny, I don't like having debts to know which stabbers. You take this and we're even, deal? What's this? Steel Samurai trading card? That's needy kid dropped it. I figured it's pretty important to him, though. Thank you. I may have a use for this. This must be the hostage she was talking about. Steel Samurai card added to the court records. Right, time off. Here she goes, hobbling off towards the studio. Move and just go to the employee area, because that's where he sneaks in. October 18th, Global Studios employee area. Hey! Hey, you, wait a second. Phoenix, was that the boy? Yeah, his name is Cody Hackins. I think he ran into the dressing room. October 18th, Global Studios dressing room. He's sure to be in here somewhere. Found you. Damn it, he's getting away. Come back. There, he's back. How did she... Hey there. Would you mind helping us out? Please. I'm Cody. Hello, Cody. I'm Mia Fey. It's nice to meet you. Yo. And I'm Phoenix Wright. Who asked? Phoenix, you can take it from here. I'm not so sure I'm qualified. I'd like to ask him about this. What's that? Boring. Man, how can one person be so lame? If you were a superhero, you'd be lame, man. It's totally cool. I wish I had one too. Kid and Maya would get along great. They already did. Hey, it's the Steel Samurai, huh? Why is he dragging his foot like that? Where'd you get this anyway? Also, did he call the sleeping pills he had boring? Or no, wait, it was on a table. What's that boring? Okay, he doesn't care about... Cody, this look familiar? Hey, you are, huh? You are, you know, ultra rare. That card's really hard to get. And for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. I'll give you this if you help me. But that's my card by offering me something I already own. In your effect, eschewing the very basis of our name of the principle of fair trade. And for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. What do you... They keep these cards. Quantum physics. Whatever, I don't need that card. Huh? I got a double. Just keep it, it's yours. What? After I went through all that trouble. Find me a really rare card. You mean something that's rarer than ultra rare? Ultra rare premium cards are way rarer than plain ultra rare cards. And for a grown up, you sure are dumb. Why do I feel like we're talking about the stakes? Steel Samurai is so cool. I think he's the bomb. Huh? What would a lamer like you know about the Steel Samurai? Hey, watch the attitude. Phoenix, you really shouldn't yell like that. He's only a... Yeah, don't yell like that. I'm only a... So do you know anything about what happened to you? Could you tell me, please? I don't know nothing. So I need to find an an even rarer card. Wait, can't get into Studio 1, can we? No. Oh, how much you want to bet the ultra rare? Wait. Oh, everything changed. Great. Move to the trailer. I bet there's an ultra rare card in here. October 18th, Studio 2 trailer. Oh, hi. Hello, what brings you here? Oh, well, I had to arrange some stuff. Yes? The, girl with you, doesn't she seem a little different? Like, is she even the same person as before? Nope, she's the same as always. Same as always. Okay, whatever you say. Have you seen that boy since then? Nope, you missed it though. The security lady was chasing around the boy so fast I thought she'd collapse. Of course, he got away in the end. Boy, was she mad. Actually, we saw them. How's the old windbag doing? She was squeezing donuts through her clenched fist back at the guard system. Some people take their jobs a little too seriously. Are all the posters on the wall here with Mr. Hammer? Yes, it's really a terrible loss for the studios, but his popularity had been waning recently. That's true. Then again, after what happened... You mean you don't know about Hammer? No, what? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. What happened? Wait, now you have to tell me. What happened with Hammer? I'm sorry. I'm probably not the one who should tell you. Uh-oh. Why do I get the feeling something's being covered up here? Present this. Do you know anything about this? Hey, that's a Steel Samurai trading card. I collect those, actually. I'm one card away from a complete set. A complete set. Yeah, instead of one of each card. Huh. Wait. That's it! That's the card I need. You don't know how long I've been looking for. I don't care what kind of girl you might think I am. I need that card. Please, I beg you. Please trade with me. Trade with you? Yes, trade cards. Look, I'll even trade you an ultra rare premium. Trade me a, huh? This is a good deal for your ultra rare. Please. Phoenix, can't you see she's desperate? What's up? Ultra 8? I need that ultra rare premium. Okay, really? Thanks. This is for you. Okay. Yahoo! And there she goes. She doesn't doing good things like that make you feel great? Yeah, it does. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in here I'm not gonna examine because I want to get out to that child. Move. Let's go to Cody Hackins. Present this. See this card? Yeah, so wait. That's it. That's the last ultra rare premium card I need. Come on, give it to me, please. You gotta give it to me. Wow, I've never seen him so eager. Right, okay. How about a trade? You're on. I'll give you a samurai spear and throw in an evil magic. No, not that kind of trade. I don't want cards. I want information. Huh? You sure? Fine by me. Okay, Phoenix. Let's see if he knows something that could. Steel. So you like the Steel Samurai? He's so cool. I guess. You're judging him by his looks. You have to see his actions of his life. I'm on life by grace. You like him too, don't you? Oh, me? Yeah. I love the Steel Samurai. Just tell me what your favorite thing about the Steel Samurai is. Fighting. I like it when he vanquishes his foes. Yeah, with Zam, the Steel Samurai always wins. Always. Check this out. It's my fan album. That's all pictures of Steel Samurai. I got every live performance. They beat each other up in public. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. Check it out, my new digital camera. Oh, it's very impressive, the newest model, isn't it? You bet, lady. I just got it for my birthday. The album has a name. You'll see it, the Steel Samurai. Back out to glory. The Steel Samurai always wins, always. Hey, if you want this, you can have it. Really? You sure? Yeah, I took all these with the digital camera. I got all the data at home, so I can make another one. Well, then I'm happy to accept. So, what's with people always giving stuff to me? Huh. You know what I'm gonna bet it is? All of the pictures of him landing the final blow doesn't match the wound at all. He doesn't. You were here on the day of the incident, right? Yeah. Did you see anything unusual? Huh? Cody, he needs to know because he's fighting for justice and not the Steel Samurai's motto for great justice. You have to help us fight for great justice too. I saw everything. Well, we might... You saw. Cody, I need to ask you something very important. What did you see on the day of the accident? I got here that day, around 2. I had to come in through the woods out back so the old lady wouldn't see me. I got kind of lost, though. I was in there for maybe a half hour. Then I finally got to the studio. After that... What is it, Cody? The Steel Samurai killed the bad guy. He used a samurai spear, just like always. One shot, one kill. It happened so fast, I got scared. I went home after that. Let's see, it must have been hard for you. Man, you say those nice things, but so obvious you aren't speaking from the heart. Right, Mia? Yes, I think we can say for sure this means the Steel Samurai did it, true enough. And the director has an alibi, so it wasn't him. Indeed, the only person left who could have been is Will Powers. After it's kind of a shock, but if you put this boy on the witness stand, your client will be guilty for sure. Let's not call him then. Gotta realize what's not so fast, pal. I heard everything. This boy here's a key witness, and he's under police protection starting now. Come on, son. You got a rendezvous with me down at the precinct. No, I ain't going. Where? That didn't go as well. So, well, we're back to 0 leads, and now we have a serious handicap. What are we going to do, Mia? Well, I really need to be going. Don't worry, Phoenix. I'm sure you'll be fine. Whoa. Come to the trial tomorrow. Please, I need you there. Phoenix, can I ask you something? Do you really believe that Mr. Powers is innocent? I believe because this is Ace Attorney and some stupid shit's gonna happen. Of course he is. That's all I wanted to hear. Excellent. I'll see you in court then. Great. Thanks, Mia. See you soon. October 19th, 9:42 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Oh, nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. That's why I feel no time for dead people, Judge, please. You know we're going into this trial as a defensive. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Okay, I gotta run to the bathroom. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. October 19th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Here's Edgeworth. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday we learned that there were other people present at the studio. Today I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well, you may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand, or the director. God, I don't like his face. Will the witness state his name and his profession? How rude can you get? You don't know me. I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai, noob. Raffle. Salmonella. I am a director. Television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During that morning, I was doing an action scene run through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I heard that everyone else ate lunch with me, but I had a meeting in the studio 2 trailers, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, pretty sure no one left their chairs. That statement is false because there were plates everywhere. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30. According to your testimony, you were... Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, what is he lying about? At the studios from around 9 that morning. That's obviously true. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. The employee area? That's right, it was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Was anyone else at the run-through? Oh yeah, the security lady was sitting in there watching the whole thing, lol. She was chewing on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us 4. It looked a lot longer time than we thought it would. Why did it go on so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this, but W twisted his ankle during the run-through scene. Alright, that's the link, which of course led to me missing my lunch. We're starving? He said everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak, the assistant cooked it up. I think that there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning the witness, did not eat them. He did not eat with them. But I had a meeting in the studio trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. So in the end, you didn't get to eat? Yeah, steak at least. Can you believe it? Oh, Phoenix, yeah? Did something about that seem odd to you? Contradictory. Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella. What do you want? When I was at Studio 2, I saw something there were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it, but I did eat after all. T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer thinking I could eat it later. Little man who likes to eat. I suspected lunch. So when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then. It's an image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second, if they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. You didn't take a single break? Or, well, yeah, not one. Wait a second, maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second, Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break? Oops, are awful. Well, Mr. Manella, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break. Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Oh, Edgeworth is laughing. The break. Yeah, FWIW, we took a break, Raffle, but it was only 15 minutes. That's only 13 in base 2. In base 12. Why did you... Okay, I hate this guy so much. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1 lol. That's only enough time to eat a T-bone steak if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45. 2:30? That's the time of death. So I could have gone to Studio One back. Because... What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak? What else? There were 2 plates on the table. Oh, right. The other one was for D Vasquez. Wait, D Vasquez, the producer. To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes, that's quite a feat. Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio One. Why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with the murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio One. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio One. Well, Mr. Wright, Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. You claim from someone... Could they? No, it's impossible. I don't want to write off so many possible subjects, but I can't keep finding it. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to Studio One. I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again, but I see you had at least an inkling of it. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right after the time of death. However, the path from there is the sea, but it was blocked. If fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked the studio's mascot head off. Ergo, when the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? Very well, the court's opinion in this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day. However, it is clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid we would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive witness. So, Cody's going to say that. Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw the very moment the steel samurai skewered the victim. Order. I will have order. I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. The court is adjourned for the recess. October 19th, 11:04 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi. Sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia? Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up. Only one thing can become clear. People in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is. What's going to happen to me? Kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it, I guarantee it. Give it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai. Here are the children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. I see it should take a moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on. Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those oatmeal crates should do. God. Will the witness state his name and will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness. What? Just because you're all grown-ups doesn't mean you can push me around. Cody, answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness, sir, I mean Cody, is having trouble with this gentleman. You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the incident. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just Mr. Edgeworth will be fine. I prefer a bearded gentleman. Very low. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with the kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet, but I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix. I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. You better make a note of it in the court record. Cody always cares. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the accident. Witness account. Okay. I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. Found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. Went through the woods off the path so that old lady couldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though for about 30 minutes. When came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked right before my eyes. Out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. He should have had his camera with him. If you had your camera, you mean you weren't carrying your camera then? No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time. Really? I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and he went home. Remember, he's a child. Use gentle words would be firm. Easy for you to say. So he straight up... Cody always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it. He straight up said he always has it. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, what is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize our poor child's son. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in a court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody... What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well, please testify to the court what you were so busy watching. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules. Oh, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. So, let's see. I had my camera with me. So I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off. So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight? Yeah, of course. You didn't turn away not even once? No. Okay, then tell us exactly what happened. Yeah? Get into that. Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham. So the bad guy attacked him first? Yeah. What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai to see and what happened next. Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice, and how exactly did he do that? How did he do it with a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap? Something like that. He's still being vague about this. Wait. What? Don't give me that look. Should I play this? He said kick, and punch, and chop. He didn't say a single stab. I tried pressing the button. What did you do after the bad guy fell, Cody? Actually, the fight was so intense that I kinda got scared, so I went straight home. Something isn't adding up here. Something about his account doesn't seem right. Phoenix. Doesn't seem right because he's being deliberately vague. Some of the facts. Was this the thing that I got the other? Yeah. So, oh wait, this is just the what sort of how was he dressed? Why? What do you mean? Why wasn't that? What? And how exactly did he do that? A kick, punch, chop, slap. None of those really seem like what you do with a spear. Still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops. Press him harder. Cody. What? Something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the accident. Yeah, so what? That you missed the most important part. What's the meaning of this? You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap. My point is this, Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. He was probably fumbling with his camera, I bet, because that's what he likes taking pictures of. Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital? Well, that's the thing, Phoenix. I believe you're on the right track. Think. Mr. Wright, your answer? We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan. Why would he watch Climax? He was watching something. Wait, do I show the evidence? Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? The camera? Because he's learning. Here's my proof. What's that? The camera? The witness stated that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I am aware of that too. Ah, correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at a critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying clearly. Smart of you to realize that there's no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have walked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture, but having just received your camo, you were just using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. I'm testify again. Right. Me and business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackett testify once more. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera and about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. Photo? Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open this time, so I missed it. That's all that happened, yep. Strange in that test? I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. Pops? Yeah, I called you Pops, you spike-eared geezer. I'm Mr. Edgeworth, and I guess I'm the bearded grown-ups. You're all so self-conscious. Okay, off kid gloves. Testify, witness, testify. Yipes. Just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. moving strangely? Why couldn't you take a picture? My new camera has too many buttons, I couldn't figure it out. I tried to take a picture, I really tried. The lens wouldn't open in time. When the lens opened, what did you see? No, well, a person on the ground and the Steel Samurai. That's all that happened, yeah. That's all? Yeah, I told you, I didn't take a picture. Would've got the lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? He definitely would've taken it. It's gotta be something I can. Cody, listen out, Cody Atkins. I know exactly what happened. You took a picture. Hey! Bullseye. How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Atkins. This is one of my powers. Well, this feels great. Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody? I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. You erased them? Yeah? Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know. Why would I want to keep a picture like that? Unless... There has to be something. So I'm going to present this. Objection! Cody. What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lends the final blow was Am. I got them all. I never miss one. A perfect collection. Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over your foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Huh, Mr. Wright. What exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won. I see, don't you find it very odd, Your Honor? Among all the pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. Wait, no way. Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth, and what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did we actually... Yes, I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what's going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Did the Steel Samurai not... Oh my god. The Steel Samurai didn't win. Did... I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. Do you mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way. No, it's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever. Your Honor, the witnesses revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose, yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Order. I will have order. Witness. I mean Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw. Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right? Okay, you're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move. Order. What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. So they switched costumes. That's... Mr. Wright, what's going on? Apparently we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? Steel Samurai... To understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell on the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, but he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Order. So the Steel Samurai in this photograph, you're saying the man's costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer? That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present in the action scene run through that one. Thus, he obviously knew about willpower. But wait, hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought, but remember what Miss Oldbag said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the ghost. I didn't see... No, he'd already gone to the studio before we were back at the ghost station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch, however no one saw him going, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room, then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Huh? Well, why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know. I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops. Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, photo on my digital camera. What? Show us, quick. No way, man, not if you're gonna look at me like that. Now? Here, this is it. What's the photo? But looking at this, it's still a little hot, but I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor, this isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back. Wait, Phoenix, Mia, what? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. The photo is all the evidence. What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring decisive inconsistency with the fact. Oh, wait, you know what I bet it is? That's a 2. Your Honor, look at this. See, a gate. I'd like to draw your attention to the number on that gate. The number? Oh yes, well it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible. What's all this about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo, Your Honor. Here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place. Here at Studio 2. I see that would explain the 2 on the gate in this photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. As you may recall, there was a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked, so we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. In actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. Order. The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard and Miss Oldbag saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole the Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim. Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume. Wait, the sleeping pills. I have proof. You do, Mr. Wright? I'm so surprised suddenly. I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. Sleeping pills. This is it. An empty medicine bottle. I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads sleeping pills. sleeping pills. The defending Mr. Powers spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes, but there's no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. Fingerprint the bottle. An idea? Very well, let's hear it. I want to check the bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle. I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take possession of the bottle. Empty bottle. God. This case is good. This court will suspend the proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2, and those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. That's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth, You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned. I'm gonna go grab something real quick to eat. I'm gonna actually switch to intermission on OBS. Alright, I'm back. That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during that thing. Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was waiting around too dead about 3 times back there. Me too. Yeah. Of course we're kidding. Are you sure? Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right, thanks. So, important question, do the killers that we find even get a trial? Or is this their trial functionally? They just get 1 day, because they were found on the 3rd day. October 19th, 3:27 p.m., right in Cola offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. Sorry I missed it. Maya? So what happened? I think I've got a pretty idea who did it. Now all I need is a motive and proof. Wow, good going, Nick. The initial trial system. Tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial, what's that? That's a new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that both the producer and the director were in the trailer. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2 where the trailer is. What? Was Maya always this excitable? Anything at the detention center? October 19th. Mr. Wright, you did very well today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really woed him in there. Wowed him in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only 1 day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Well, there's not really anything I can do to help. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? No, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years and that. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days. Why's that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and what? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Director Manella. Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, we used to be a minor straight-to-video director. Something in his work caught Vasquez's eyes. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he says how high and all that. Imagine him being at her beck and call, though I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? Then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in the business. He just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How did he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it. That was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. Let's go studio. October 19th, Global Studios, main gate. You know, Windbag sure is quiet today. This place is really peaceful like this. Nick, I think her guard's down. Yeah, I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station if we want. You eat, you die. Oh, she's alive. I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. So she always gets her way. Seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? Doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No, it doesn't. Oh, yeah. About Mr. Hammer. Well, what you said today, cheeky whippersnappers. Poor old Hammer, you drag his jaw down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal thief. I won't forget this. Oh, she's really pissed this time. You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Oh, would he steal Power's costume and sneak in by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible. Is Gumshoe here? October 19th. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the steel samurai, and then he left here to go to Studio 2. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. October 19th, Studio 2 entrance. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello? Hello? A-G-L-L-O! Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. It's really taking me off. Oh dear. Mr. Powers, it wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My fade blood speaks to me. I know it. Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer by yourselves. Oh dear. I doubt we have like anything to present to her. Yeah. I'll move into the trailer and see if there's anything there. October 19th, Studio 2 trailer. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on a high from getting that rare card she needed. Oh wait, we can't go to Studio 1 anymore. So we gotta go to the main gate. Then I gotta go to October 19th, Double Studios employer. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right? I wonder if there are any other pills lying around. Yeah. No, don't touch it. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Mean? I almost had a heart attack. I guess I could be a little dramatic at times. What's the actor in me? Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. Wait, so you're looking for traces of the sleeping pills? How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct, but I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solutions. This reacts to these sleeping pills. See, there's traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright. So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills. Looks like it. Yep. There goes your investigation. Tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. Some people think we should switch suspects. What do you think, Detective Gumshoe? Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though. How was Edgeworth doing, pal? Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee inside it. Whoa, talk about burns, pal. Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Whatever happened with that empty bottle? Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim, Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle. So that means... Yep, it sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim. So it's right. So we literally have evidence that Will Powers was drugged into being asleep during that time. Oh, but we don't. It could be him still, definitely. Let's check out the dressing room. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent. Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done, but... This week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. What? No! I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh, I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh, I guess the rumor must be true, then. The rumor? Yeah, Mrs. Vasquez, the producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she'd said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I don't know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming the movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. Film set? Was that trailer part of the film then? What do you mean the last Steel Samurai episode? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kid shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. Sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Aren't they going to make kid shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? And they just do that. But all the kids who love the Steel Samurai, it's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something. Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this.
Take that!
And this is... Fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't just be cancelled so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is about Global Studios that's so on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Can you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez told him to? But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldback. He was here at the studio back then, you know. Thanks, we'll try asking him. He'll talk. What, you're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios for what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer! She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Nichols? Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols. Oh my god, Penny Nichols. These names. Sister we talked to. Oh. Anyway, we heard about that accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers, dredging up dirt on someone's past like that. The recently departed no less. I suppose you think it's funny. No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you claim that Hammer stole. Do you expect me to believe that rubbish, or do you have some kind of proof? I do have proof. It's called the bottle that shows he drugged him. Wait, which one do I have to eat? Mr. Powers ate his T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so this is the place he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pills. Huh. I bet Powers put it in there himself. Even a lightweight like him must have some trouble since I proof that Mr. Hammer put the pills in. This bottle contains sleeping pills. Mr. Hammer's fingerprints were found on the bottle. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. This old bag. Okay, who win? I'll talk. I'm tired. See, tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, the paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph. One second. This is the picture. Is this the trailer in Studio 2? And we're supposed to fight with a bad guy on top of those stairs, see? He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. That was the fence I saw. But how did you get this? It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking. I understand. 5-year-old photo edited. God. Okay, so let's go show this to her. So, want to talk about this? She's not even looking. Where did you get that? Well, old bag. She means security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right, anyway, Miss Vasquez. You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Hammer. The wind. It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. I don't like that. She's definitely gonna... well then, what was that you were talking? Why is she so eager to talk? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kids shows for Powder Change. So I'm a blackmailer. That's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him into thinking it was just an accident. Excuse me, what is this all about? Keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? What do you mean? Must I smell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No, no way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident and I ran him hard? But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, well, she was a big fan of Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. That's what she had before. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me. Now. What? This is my... Boys? Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? Trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame that you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now. Not bad. Very well. If this contest will be decided tomorrow then in court, I'll be looking forward to it. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't give many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, it looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this, and who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. So next up is probably going to be... I'm guessing Vasquez has a testimony, and that's going to be the difficult one to pick apart. Because I remember White's was very difficult. October 20th, 10 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today I will call on people present in the Studio 2 trailer for that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Mrs. D. Vasquez to stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez, I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. You must pontificate to it when I am not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. I entered the trailer a little before me. The meeting began at 12 sharp, and it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sam make me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to the studio phone. That's all. I have a question for you. I have a question about one part of it. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with the monkey's head toppling over. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. That part sound... okay. Let's look over all evidence we have. So, van... found in the employee area, had traces of sleeping. The meeting began at 12 sharp, it ended at 4. The first we went to Studio 1 house takes way at 30, saw an 81 steaks on the table. By yourself? Yes. You didn't stop in at the employee area? No. You always this terse? Yes. Oh, dearie. Did no one leave during the meeting? No fun. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. The same could be said of you, Mr. Edwards. Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think, come on, all you did was state the obvious. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. What were you doing during that time? Don't hit your desk, it irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. Oops. It was a 15-minute break. And I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal. I mean someone else. One person, if she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. I need evidence she didn't eat that steak. Lack of bones. I pressed the wrong button. I don't know if the lack of bones there would be. Do I have something that... because her plate was empty. How do I prove she didn't eat the steak? This? The witness's statement is... okay, yeah, but I said the wrong thing. So, I need proof that she ate the steaks. I think. Mikey. There was to be a reference. Sylvia. So, this would just be the time of death because it's dragging one leg. That's not really useful here. Guide map not needed. Murder weapon, a break in the shadows, duct tape, block the path to crime. Not that. I already tried that. That's going to not be the actual thing that's going to fix anything, because we already... That's not gonna really affect us at all. Camera. Shows the accident. Do I present this to represent that there wasn't a... Huh, as I thought. You claim you had a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it is a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manel ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You ate the bone. Owl. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere. Like that incinerator. I see. And what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order. Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating, and yet I was worrying that they would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a little battle of wits, you and I. Hey, J. Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see, what was that other weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? You couldn't, could you? I think you would have had a great difficulty using that weapon. Pretty much anyone would. You see? Yes, however, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? He killed him on that spike like I predicted. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. And it's this photo. Wrong, Mr. Wright, but I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know when you're going to present the wrong evidence. Since the two of my favorite. Okay, so pick the wrong evidence. How do I prove it was not the evidence? Is it the photo? Because he's carrying the spear in this. He couldn't possibly have attacked with the... She couldn't have attacked him with the spear that he was holding. Wrong again. So it must be the spear itself. I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. That is the murder weapon. So fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run through, but someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence, I'm the one testifying here and I would order. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not, can you tell what was it? How was Hammer killed? Mr. Wright, can you tell us what the weapon is? I can. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon is? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, right? Also, you make claims like that all the time, dude. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order. If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident in Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo. See how the fence post pierced him through the chest. What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again. Is the twist that the person who actually killed him was killed the first guy in the 5-year-old photo, also Vasquez? Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago, though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true. Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes. Poor Jack Hammer had been pushed off the stairs and carried to Studio 1 in place. There wasn't enough time. The van. She had another way. What if she had another way to carry, other than with her own hands? For instance, actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes, and there was a way for you to carry the body. Interesting. Let's hear it then, Mr. Wright. Please show us how she carried the body. The van.
Take that!
Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there. Right, I had Sal drive. You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1, then before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van, but the costume was doing this. Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Very well. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win? Did she just confess? So what happened next? Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost something like that? I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer? Who can say? Huh? Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits, and the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? What proof did we lack? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course it says the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again. No, Vindel, give up. even if I would, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all that. What would happen if I said it again? You ask the same questions, gets a waste of time. Damn. I'm so far only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating it. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point making this. What exactly do you want me to testify about? Well, yes, indeed, verily I say, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body, very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth? Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But isn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict after all that? Edgeworth. After finding the body, I was with Sally Nordberg, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady Oldbag was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my scripted donation notes. Then I went home. I'm gonna press her about asking to be left out. Because you don't just ask to be left out of a murder trial. What time was that? We were to meet at 5, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put Hammer in the costume with Salmonella's help. Oh, what did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies in? Just try to listen to it. The witness will continue her testimony. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember what? There was a dead body lying, yet you expect me to be calm. Certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second, wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around. You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps, but no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costumes, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at locations. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. I immediately called the police. What was everyone else doing at the time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence, dead silence. Silence. Hey, Nick. Everyone's so quiet. We should do something to lighten things up. Oldberg, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Like the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not, but she seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, being the one taken by the security. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I can use. Yeah, you don't just do that. You asked to be left out? Yes, it seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm not really fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, that there was no way to be involved. Thus, they covered for you. Or covered it up for you. Must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs and things. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't start questioning. The script in your direction notes. Yes, they're quite plausible. I don't know what to do. Have they been stolen? No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh, yeah, I guess. Wait.
Objection!
What the f— Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She wouldn't have had to know about the murder, but she wouldn't have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Order. Mr. Edgeworth, what you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have— I can't even keep the voice up, so I'm just giddy because of how cool this is. Do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this whole matter? I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change their testimony to reflect that. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes. I left him behind. Wait, Hammer was injured? How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director. We have to find something to pick this on. For everything we've done till now has been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. I click press. Only powers somehow melee. Is it this? Because it was Powers that's injured, not Hammer. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending. One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said it. It was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manello was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manello. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have to be when he put on, after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order. I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Now, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I have nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would you have killed the victim? If there's a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on that matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Oh, yeah, probably. Okay, I have proof and I'll show it to you. What is the motive? I'll say not the autopsy, not that. No. It has to be either it's one of these three. I'm gonna guess it's the accident. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the lead magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We were talking about motives here. You have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who would kill D. Vasquez, not the other way. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill him. Source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. Her reason for that is... Okay, allow me to present the court evidence proving Miss Vasquez's motive. It was this. This scandal would drag her name through mud. This is my proof, and this tells us why Miss... I'd say it's all... Completely lost his marbles. Mr. Wright, the court... Wait. We're so close. Is it the steak plate? This is my proof, and I figured it would be those because he's trying to get out of the job. I think I have 2 more attempts to present something. Alright. I don't think it's a photo again. It's not Mr. Monkey's head. That just fell. Samurai sphere. Is it the photo showing that he's impersonating? This is my proof. Okay, yep, I am. I'm going to save. I doubt this is the answer. She had no motive. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stick. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? I didn't realize that. Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security later into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you asked, to kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all these years? So you did do it, didn't you? am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late, huh, Miss Vasquez? What happened? Manuel fell from the stairs. Manuel? Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No, how could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel, don't touch him, Miss Vasquez, no! Please don't die, please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. Is calm. I see. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought about yet another miracle. Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so was only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. So we just shattered Edgeworth's ego in that second case, huh? That is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Do I have evidence of this? Probably. I'm going to save in case I don't actually have evidence for this. Pretty sure the evidence would be Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because congratulations, WP. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into the sweaty costume and... is something wrong? No, of course not. Huh. Nick, Edgeworth. God. Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you, I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am settled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings, yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? So the curtain closes on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming changed. They went back to making kid shows again. Nick, this is it. The new show. So, see, you're gonna watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? Wait, I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real world powers. Yeah, this game's good. I keep saying that because it's true. Save your progress. Save that progress. Okay. Wait, how many cases are there? Because it didn't look like there was a case after this one. Wait, is this the final case? I think I've seen this before. It's been, what, 15 years about that? Yes? 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge. What? Merry Christmas. December 25th, 10:08 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Actually, wait, I need to go to the title screen because, yeah, that's gonna be the end of the stream because I've been streaming for 4 hours and my throat's about to just snap like a twig. Now, who do I want to... there's not really anybody streaming that I might just end the stream. Yeah. Wait, what's that? Okay. Yeah, that's probably gonna be all the stream. Oh wait, that's... bye guys.